So what we'll do with the Annabelle doll is we'll make it like, you know, the main centre point.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got quite a fair bit written down. We need pillows on these.
I know, it's like rock hard.
But what we're going to do is we're going to make this the main centre point for the video itself. Like, obviously, just set it all up and stuff and then have it go through. Yeah. But we'll have her sat here, minding her own business for the time being. Preferably, we'll have her sat here through the intro.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously, I'll read out the intro and stuff. But other than that, like, it should be pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously, like, would you actually go and visit the real doll? Like, I purposely fucking wouldn't. Even if I was to taunt it, I fucking wouldn't.
See, I would still go in.
Okay.
It's like, because it just fascinates me what else they've got there, because it doesn't really...
They have got a lot of stuff there. I mean, a lot of stuff is pretty...
They don't really... They've got a lot of knick and knack stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and it is being recorded that they sort of like they're basically well known for their just odds and sods that you can find around in any bloody charity shop.
I mean, the main part is the Ed and Lorraine Warren, the Warrens.
The Warren,
yeah. We're both paranormal investigators established in the New England Society for Psychic Research, known as NESPA, to investigate reported hauntings. While both Ed and Lorraine, whatever, it's. Then, when I looked them up, it seemed that they didn't really give a shit about like. They said they had loads of evidence, but there was none. So to me, it's kind of like, okay, well, you didn't have fuck all evidence because they never showed it. They just had like a museum for the shit, basically. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have her sat here and we'll zoom into her while I do this part.
Yeah.
And possibly this part. Just to give a brief intro, and then we'll be sat with the doll. And then we can talk about her, can't we? Look at you!
Don't pat it too much.
Why?
Just in case the myth is true.
I fucking doubt it.
You'll probably die as a headache. You never know.
Like I say, I bet you I'd go here and fucking taunt this doll, and I'd have so much shit happen to me, you'd fucking laugh your head off.
Well, it is in what? Is it in Connecticut, isn't it?
Apparently so. Apparently, like I don't believe.
Probably get kicked by a cow or something, or fucking.
Like you said, I'll probably get killed.
1,000 bees.
No, it doesn't make sense for a doll to be fucking haunted. Put it that way.
Well, she's in her own glass case for a reason, mate.
I suppose. I mean, there was like apparently the story of Annabelle begins in the 1970s when a 28-year-old girl who was a nurse student was brought the doll for a birthday present. Why the fuck would you buy a 28-year-old a fucking doll for a birthday present?
Well, maybe she had loads anyway.
Hello. Hello. Can you talk to me?
Probably end up dead tomorrow. Well, let's crack on with this fucking video.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fucking hate this. What are you doing? So in today's episode of The Unsettled, we're going to be discussing the true story of Annabelle, the demonic doll. Now I find this story remarkable in all possibilities, as many viewers will know the movie, but not its origins. So alas, we're going to break straight into the story and discuss its true horror that may hide inside this very doll. Obviously, not this Raggedy Ann doll. This one is not possessed. The possessed one is locked up in the Warren's home, where they have tons of supernatural stuff, allegedly. But let's get into the story, and let's delve in how Annabelle, the doll, made its demon presence known. In 1952, Ed and Lorraine Warren, both paranormal investigators, established the New England Society for Psychic Research, known as NESPA, to investigate reported hauntings around the world. While both Ed and Lorraine have passed away, NESPA is owned today by the son-in-law Tony Sparrow. Over the decades, many of the haunted relics have been the forefront for many blockbuster movies today, such as this one, Annabelle. That one seems to be many people's favourites. It's mainly because of the whole
I
doll
suppose it's the
situation.
main thing that draws
It's the
people in.
doll situation. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But I suppose like many people like that movie. I fucking hated it.
Oh no.
Did you like it?
No. It was more of. I preferred like Child's Play stuff that came.
The original one,
Yeah.
not the remakes.
No.
Not the Bride of Chucky.
Well, I have got them all,
Of course you have.
but I've
You
got
look-
Child's Play as well.
You look the sort to have all of them.
I have got Child's Play 1, 2, and 3.
I thought Child's Play was actually pretty funny.
Mm.
But it kind of made a good forefront for many movies going forward. But I can never take a doll being haunted seriously.
It just seemed.
I just can't do it.
It just seemed a bit too.
Why would you
too
run away from a
superficial.
doll?
Well, it's got a fucking 9-inch carving blade, man.
Just kick it.
True.
I would literally run up to the bitch and kick it. And then, just to make matters worse, I'd be like, oh no, a bit of plastic's trying to kill me. Oh. Dolls, mate. Fucking anything with dolls and horror movies just shouldn't exist, really. They shouldn't.
Fair enough.
I just can't find dolls scary, alright? According to Nesper, the story of Annabelle begins in 1970, when a 28-year-old girl, who was a nursing student, was bought the doll for a birthday present by her mother.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, it's your 28th birthday. Have a doll. Have this one. How would you like this one? Would you like this doll? Like, why would you?
Not really.
Yeah, who'd go out and get one? Right. The girl's name was Donna. I'm still curious. Why would you buy a Raggedy Ann doll for someone's 28th birthday? I thought no fucking
Donna
idea.
the doll.
No, not Donna the doll. Donna was the one that received the shitty doll. But why would you receive a doll for your 28th birthday?
Well, maybe she had others. Right.
You wait till we get into the story, mate. You're gonna fucking laugh. Donna left the doll on her bed in her apartment she shared with her roommate Angie. They began to notice the doll was often in positions they didn't leave it in. Can you imagine it in doggy style positions?
Just across the bed, like.
Yeah, just bent over like, oh yeah. Fucking dolls, mate. Can you imagine bent over on all fours doing the splits? What the hell? I reckon her roommate was probably like moving the doll to freak her out a bit, to be honest. But still, I guess it was moving and not where they left it. Donna claimed she would find the doll on the sofa, then come home and find it on her bed. It was tired. Had a long day sitting on that sofa.
It watched all its flicks and films and
It Netflixed and chilled, and then it went to bed.
and something to eat with it.
It's a self-sleeping doll. What more do
Exactly.
they want? So what are your thoughts so far about this doll being moved around an apartment? Come on, you believe in ghosts and shit.
Yeah, but usually it's not in a different room.
I can only imagine waking up and seeing them feeling next to me. I'll be like, go to bed.
How long have you been up? Didn't even make breakfast. Oh no, but like, you.
So far, I would just think that her roommate is
Yeah, it's
moving
just
this doll.
moving it.
Yeah. I'd move the doll around.
Oh yeah, I would. Just
Like,
to freak someone out.
Like, if me and you shared a place, I'd move the doll, and you'd be like, why is it in the bathroom? Well, like, it just seems a bit... It's a bit far-fetched to go, oh yeah, the
The
doll
least it
was...
could do was flash.
Yeah. I mean, the doll was moving around on its own.
Mm.
I'm sure she kind of... I don't know. It's a weird one for me, for a doll to move about the house.
Or maybe she was. She toadied up.
What I thought, maybe like her roommate Angie might have moved the doll, so that way Donna would get rid of it. She might think it's haunted and get rid of it.
Mm.
She might be like that. Maybe Angie hated the doll,
Maybe she did.
and she moved it around, and then Donna was like, "Oh, it's haunted. I better move the doll."
Mm. Well, she left it in the front room. No wonder.
Oh yeah, I suppose. But they both would come home at the same time and find papers on the floor saying "Help us" and "Help Lou" in childlike handwriting.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, right, just thought I'd tell you, they both would arrive home at the same time because they are both nursing students.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's what I mean. And they would come home and find little bits of paper saying help us and help us Lou. And Lou is another person who you're going to find out in a minute. Like, it's kind of a funny story, but I would laugh.
It just says child play to me.
It does.
It just says child play to me, to be fair.
No.
You just...
Like, to me, I'm thinking, like, how would you know at this point that a doll is haunted? Just because you find bits of paper. They could have been in her dress. That came out of her dress. Whenever they picked her up and put her somewhere, joking about, and... I don't know. Okay. This probably gonna make you laugh. One day, they came home and noticed blood on the doll's dress. So they contacted a medium. They then conducted a seance which apparently revealed the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins living in the doll.
Okay.
Okay, right, just bear with me.
Bearing.
Many stories actually differ on this. Some say the girl's body was found in the field where Donna and Angie's apartment now was.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So either way, they got someone in for a seance.
Yeah.
And they somehow contacted someone who was dead, called Annabelle. This is how she got her name.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But bear in mind, later on you find out that allegedly the doll is actually possessed by a demon, not a ghost. But so far they're under the speculation that they have got a haunted doll. Don't laugh. You believe in fucking ghosts. How can you laugh at this shit? And where would the blood come from on her dress?
True.
Right? Okay. It's just... So basically, yeah, they did a seance. They found the girl's spirit lurking, and many believe it was in the field where the apartment that they live in now was. Okay?
Yeah.
But a spirit in the doll? I don't know. Come on.
I've got nothing for that one.
None.
You hear of things, you know, like...
Do you just want to carry on?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So many wondered later on what the doll's original name was. Whether it was actually Annabelle or whatever, but apparently it was haunted before it arrived in the apartment, so therefore Annabelle shouldn't be the name of this doll.
No.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So Annabelle was just someone that they managed to contact, which they believed was inside the doll, but it was possibly a spirit that they...
They're going off of whatever the clairvoyant had picked up.
So anyway, Donna and Angie felt bad that a young girl lived in the doll, so they both decided to keep the doll and told the medium to let Annabelle stay. Instead of sending her off to the light, they said nope, she can stay in the doll in our apartment.
Well, that's just... Okay.
As you would, let go stay in your home. Sounds like a smart idea.
Did they send it to school? Did they give it a packed lunch?
But apparently the medium did state that it wanted to stay in the doll.
Okay.
Okay?
Right. Okay, that makes more sense.
But, I may add, the medium contacted a spirit that wasn't actually in this doll, as they later found out. Okay? Lou, Donna's friend, hated the doll and the alleged spirit and often said the doll is evil. One night when Lou was asleep, he awoke sweating. He saw Annabelle the doll at the bottom of his feet. It then crawled up his legs and began to choke him. Can you imagine it scurrying up your body? You know what I mean? You just be like, get off, you peasant, get off. Can you imagine?
You wouldn't just... What?
Can you imagine
You wouldn't
waking
just
up?
freeze.
Yeah, can you imagine waking up and seeing her run up your legs while you're laying on the sofa like pop, 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 pop. You just see her face like right here. choked by little pory ants. Look at them. They couldn't harm a fly. Sit there, behave yourself.
Well,
Fuck's sake. The mental images I've got of this. But he did awake in a paralysed state. But still believed it continued. Like it actually happened.
yeah.
Right? I just can't get my a doll choking you with little plush hands. Tiny little hands trying to get around your neck. Okay, right, moving on. The next day, Lou and Angie was heading on a road trip. They heard a rustling noise in Donna's room. Lou decided to investigate, thinking Donna was home. He saw Annabelle on the floor. As he approached the doll, he fell to the floor holding his stomach. He was holding his chest and stomach area, and then blood began to appear over his shirt. Okay? He opened his shirt, and Angie walked in and saw large marks, scratches across his chest. They both, wait, this is the best bit. They both witnessed the blood vanish and the marks remained there for 2 days, then went.
Like a proper, like, fucking devil.
Apparently it was the mark of the beast. Do you believe that?
There is some aspects.
Right, I'm gonna say
that I believe.
I'm gonna say this to you now, right? If the doll was haunted, right, or possessed by a demon,
yeah,
right, why would it just give a little couple of marks and then stop? Why wouldn't it just go full in? Now I know a bit about demons. Demons have to get their power ready, right? But bearing in mind, you're literally going like straight into someone. You'd think, oh fuck it, kill him. You wouldn't just do a couple of little claw marks and stop. Okay, right.
No, but there is, like, through demonology and through angelology as well. There's many instances where they just give you a taste of the power.
Okay. So to me, I
test your...
I said to you before, right? I would much rather believe in demons than ghosts. Demons could be anyone. A ghost I have never seen in terms of sat down, had a conversation with me. So a mark of a demon seems more plausible, but I don't understand why it wouldn't kill that person there and then. It would just tease them a little bit. It's like a bit of a dominatrix roleplay, really.
Yeah, but then it's that mind game.
Yeah, but
you don't know what kind of demon it was.
No, obviously you're never gonna know, are you?
No.
But what I'm trying to get at is like the whole situation doesn't make sense to me at all. But yeah, I'd rather believe in.
You'd never know what kind of demon it was.
No.
Just from the pure.
No.
You would have to first, like, not necessarily summon it. But you'd have to do your research, like...
I can't believe in a haunted doll, I really can't. Right, at this point they told Donna. Donna contacted the priest, who then contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren. They both agreed that Annabelle was not possessed by a ghost, but a demon. Like I said, they all thought it was a ghost. It now turns out it's a demon. Who...
But that's just rolling on demonology.
Who, apparently, was looking for a human host. According to the Warrens, the demon was almost complete from completing its infestation, but into who? See, I reckon it was going to complete its infestation into Lou, if I was to believe this story, because he seems to be the one.
The demon possessions, they always go for the weakest victim.
But she went for him. She went up his legs when he was asleep, choked him with her little mitten hands.
But she would always, demons in some aspect would always go for the weakest soul.
Well, yeah.
Because it's easy for them to basically get a hold.
Right. I seem to think they were going to go for Lou. Because he seems to be the target.
He does seem to be the weakest one.
And it also said help Lou in the bits of paper at the beginning, but they had no idea which was relevant to. Right. Although the doll is not related to the said spirit of Annabelle Higgins, it's still called Annabelle even today in the museum. Just to clarify, it's still called Annabelle. Poor little girl, we called Annabelle. Right. So the Warrens got a priest to perform an exorcism on the doll and on the home of Donna and Angie's apartment. Donna told the Warrens to take the doll, but as the Warrens were driving home, the doll began its trickery again, causing the brakes to not work properly and the steering to go in different directions. This caused Ed to pull over, splash some holy water on her, so then they could get home safely. Right.
Big foul demon.
During the time Annabelle was at the Warrens, it would levitate, move around, and continue to misbehave.
So nothing dangerous, not attack them, but just misbehave.
And
like
levitate.
like a pestilent little child.
Like I said, levitate.
Go to your room.
Father Jason Bradford, the Catholic exorcist, said, while picking up the Raggedy Ann doll, "You are just a rag doll, Annabelle. You cannot hurt anyone." Right? He threw the doll back down. 3 hours later, the Warrens got a call. It was from Father Jason Bradford, explaining his brakes went and his car had been totaled. He almost died. Coincidence? What do you think so far? Do you think that Annabelle is as haunted as she seems?
Well, I'm not going to piss her off if that's what you're asking.
Oh, so now you're believing it? Are you believing that this little lovely beauty?
Well, maybe not necessarily this one.
No. But the one that the Warrens have got, do you think it's haunted?
Ooh.
Or possessed?
I'd have to go. I'd
Okay.
literally have to go.
Okay.
And like just check it out.
Okay.
Because it does seem a bit too.
Okay, there's a bit more.
It just seems a bit too suspect.
Okay, there's a bit more. The Warrens then locked Annabelle up, but one visitor went to the collection, banged on the glass Annabelle was located in, and taunted it. Ed told the man not to. Yeah, but this would be me, wouldn't it? I'd bang on the glass and be like, "You fucking..."
Don't poke the bear or you'll get bitten.
Oh, I'll poke the bear. I'll stroke it. I'll take it out for dinner.
You'd
probably take me out for dinner.
Yeah, what we having? Take out.
Fast food. Me running that way. Right. So anyway, there was a gentleman. He was taunting the bear. Ed told him to leave. Don't taunt the doll, leave. The man left with his partner on the back of his motorbike. He died in an accident shortly after. His partner was perfectly fine.
Oh.
Right.
Well, that's a bit weird.
His partner actually went back to the Warrens Museum and said, "My partner died yesterday. That he crashed his motorbike. He died. She didn't."
Well, just goes to show you.
But don't you think that is coincidental?
Maybe coincidence for one person to have an accident.
But for 3 near misses.
But for 3 near misses, it's...
Well, 2 near misses,
2 misses
and 1
and
death.
1 accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is
It's
a
a bit
story
too-
of Annabelle the doll. I would like your thoughts. Really, I would. I know how much you love Annabelle and you like the whole... You know.
See, there is aspects of possessions, basically.
Okay, you mean like items?
Yeah. Like there's a remote controlled toy.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was what was it? It's basically, you know, like American fire trucks.
Yeah.
So it's basically like them, and it would start up and drive from room to room.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But there was, and then in the end, like the parents blamed the kid.
Yeah.
So they took the remote out of the room. They took the batteries out.
Right.
They put it on top of the wardrobe.
Yeah.
And they threw the batteries away.
Yeah.
But then the next night after they did this, the fire engine would drive past their room, stop at the door, make all the bells and whistles,
Okay.
drive off and miraculously be back into the child's room.
Okay.
When the dad went to go into the room, the door slammed shut.
Okay.
And then obviously when the mum went into the room to see what the hell was going on, the window was open.
Yeah.
And the fire truck wasn't there anymore.
Okay.
But nor was the remote.
Like, I've heard
So
of
it's like-
items being possessed, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a possessed ring
Mhm.
that allegedly a spirit or demon is. I think it's the jinn demon or spirit or something.
A gin demon,
Yeah. Apparently brings you good luck, fortune, love, wealth, happiness, health. You
But
get
it
the whole
takes
bit.
something in return.
Yeah, I've never put it on. I've kept it, but I've never put it on. But I'm not sure whether I believe in the whole possessed shit. Because to me it just doesn't make sense. How can anything be possessed in terms of an item?
True.
I know like poltergeists and shit move stuff.
They
right?
move stuff.
And I know ghosts appear, but according to Ed and Lorraine, and they're widely known as paranormal researchers, but they also have a bad name. Most of their shit that they have in this museum is just tat. And despite how much evidence they had, they couldn't prove any.
No.
So for me to think that a doll is possessed, mate, I think that all of this is coincidence. I reckon whoever had the doll first.
But there is a lot of coincidence to it.
Right, here we go. Here's my thoughts and theories. Whoever had the doll first, obviously put little bits of paper inside it.
Right.
Or maybe the owner did for a practical joke.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
A bit of a sick joke.
Mm.
It's kind of like me when I leave here. I'm going to write under this wallpaper, I will kill again. And just leave it there. So the next people that move in will be like, oh, let's take the wallpaper up. Oh, wow. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I would happily do that. Maybe leave a pig's heart somewhere. So I reckon maybe they put these little bits inside a little nightgown or whatever. And I also think that the guy, Lou, hated the fucking doll anyway and came up with his own little weird manifestations about it. I think they...
But who would put the letter in there?
Little bits and notes.
No, yeah, but you said about the Lou, it said help Lou.
Yeah, it said help. I don't know. Maybe that was...
Maybe that was the roommate.
Maybe Donna was off her tits on drugs.
Nothing.
They're both nursing students.
I think they're all off their tits and drugs to
But for a priest to lose control of his brakes and almost die after taunting the doll, coincidence. The guy on the motorbike, coincidence. You have more motorbike accidents than cars,
Not true.
right?
Yeah.
Then as for the steering and shit to go, that could just be fault with the car, of Ed and Lorraine's car at the time. And they've locked this poor little doll up, and I bet she don't do fuck all.
Wasn't even her fault.
Yeah, exactly. I would happily go there and taunt this doll.
You probably would.
I'd bang on that glass and be like, fuck you, bitch!
It just remind me not to come with you.
Oh no, if we ever go, I want us to sit in that car on the way back after I've taunted it. I want proof. I want both of us die in a car crash. That's what I'm expecting afterwards.
Why do I have to be and die?
Because you're with me.
Fair enough. I feel like that every day.
2 for 1, mate. Annabelle gets 2 souls, not just 1.
I feel like that every day.
What, that you die in a car crash?
Definitely when I'm with you.
Fair point, fair point. So what do you reckon about the story of Annabelle? Do you reckon it's a load of shit?
Purely the Annabelle one, just the way that they've told it. It's just, no.
For one, why would a 28-year-old even get a doll?
Why would you keep it?
Well, you don't really throw away your presents from your parents, do you?
No, what I mean is, why would the Warrens keep it in a locked box? A clear locked box.
What, if it isn't haunted?
Yeah.
To build a story around it, to build some type of...
No, but even if it was.
Probably because it kept levitating. It would get on my tits if I'm sat there trying to eat dinner and she starts floating up. I'd be like, fuck off, you stupid bitch. I'd smack her around a bit.
True.
Backhander, pimp slap.
But if you think, if it is that haunted, you
Or
would...
possessed.
Or possessed.
Yeah.
You would have it exhumed.
Or locked up in a glass cabinet.
Oh yeah, there's one thing.
Don't forget.
Taunt it.
Wait. Don't forget, it is now a museum, so it is open, and anyone could run in there and steal her. You know what I mean? So put her in a locked cabinet at least. Because after the film, I'm pretty sure loads of people have gone there and banged on the glass and went, "Annabelle, you're just a doll." I would. I'd be like, "You're just a doll, Annabelle. You can't hurt anyone." And then we both die. That's how the Unsettled boys die.
Literally.
Well, yeah, that is pretty much how we would die. You know we would.
Either that or it's fucking we both get possessed somehow.
No, a cult would kill us.
Yeah, I'd rather be done by the cult.
I'd rather die by the cult.
At least I wouldn't be laughing the whole time. I'd be like the Joker on repeat, mate.
I would be.
I'll be sitting upside down
In a
pouring
car.
blood from every orifice.
Including your arsehole.
Well,
But this...
probably steering column would got me arse. But
I'll find a stick.
You'll be dead.
No, mate.
I'll be upside down.
I've always reckoned if I'm on death's door, I'm gonna be pissing myself after.
Yeah, I would be. Just be like, because I'll look over and I'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll be like, she killed us. She killed us.
I told you. And then
she couldn't harm a fly.
And then done.
So you reckon the whole story's shit?
Yeah, just the way that they told it.
Do you reckon it's just a ploy to get people into the museum?
Yeah. It's just a money maker for them.
Well, don't forget, I might actually go into the Ed and Lorraine investigation part and go through a little series of what they have captured and what they have allegedly caught in their museum, and then I'll debunk every single fucking one of them, just like I debunk your ghost stories and your hauntings.
Oh yes. But until that, no, I don't believe that one.
No?
No.
Annabelle.
Like, I am
He
a
doesn't
believer
believe you,
myself.
Annabelle. What's wrong?
I am a believer
Oh,
myself.
come on, look at her lovely little face.
What's a monster?
What a monster. What's a monster? Right.
It's empty.
Everyone. Is it empty?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, fucking hell, she drank. Right, everyone, like, share, subscribe.
Or if she gonna get you.
She couldn't harm a fly.
Well, I don't know. They're quite hard.
Fucking solid, mate. The person that sold this to me is probably dead, and I've got trapped with it. So until next time, we've been the Unsettled. Her story is shit. But then again, I'd rather believe demons and ghosts. Because, you know, demons are more plausible. Anyway, I've upset him. I'll probably upset her. You slag! Anyway.